Hey everybody, thank the good Lord that my husband installed this AC unit because it's really hot here. And so I'm in a shirt that I'm putting it on this arm first so I don't have to raise my arm up. So thank you for praying for me. The hot water heater is in and done. I gave the guy $100 tip, $130 some $2 tip. Because I just felt led to be very generous, guys. When you're generous, God rewards you. So listen, there's a lot of news. Again, my name is Melanie Hinds. I'm the Iraqi Dinar person. Guys, you know that, right? Because I posted a video, or I shared it all around, that we need to pray this in. So hopefully you saw that. It was only 2 minutes. And I'm hoping people share it so that we can everybody in this community can just pray this in, because times are getting tough here in the United States and everywhere around the world. Times are tough. So listen, we had some breaking news this morning. So I'm doing this a little early. It's 2:47 because why? Because I can go live at 5. We can do some celebration, talk about how do you manifest this when you've prayed for it for a while. How do you manifest it? How do you pull it in? God's taught me a lot of secrets of the kingdom since he showed up in my Jeep February 22nd of 2000. So if you're Christian, you might want to get on that, unless you have a problem with drinking, because I'm going to drink a margarita and we're going to celebrate this as if it's already happened, because you got to think with the end in mind that it's already done. So this was my hot intel source, secret agent man, we call it. It's a collective of military people that are there with the joint coalition forces. There's no names because they could get in trouble, because this thing is so tight to the chest. He sent this this morning. The Ministerial Council for the Economy is presided over by the Prime Minister. What it was is it said, the Ministerial Council for Economy met on Monday under the direction of the Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, according to a statement received from the Prime Minister's media. What do you think they're talking about? I think they're talking about changing the exchange rate. But there's more. There's more. So hang on for your hat. And he said this morning at 8:43 a.m., no information has leaked out about this meeting yet. Good day to you, no name. Then the memorandums of understanding contracts, the memorandums of understanding that I've talked about exclusively on my channel about why they are like contracts, light. They don't include rates, they don't include dates, but they're an intention. Iraq finalizes 2 contracts that formerly were memorandums of understanding. And how did they do that? It says Iraq finalizes signing contracts with 2 companies for the construction of the Nazira International Airport. The signing of the agreement to provide consulting services and the agreement to build the international airport with Turkish and Chinese companies were announced by the Ministry of Transport today on Monday. In a statement obtained, the ministry stated that Abbas Sabar al-Badini, the Director General of the General Company for Airports Management and Air Navigation, signed the annex to the contract for the construction of the Nazira International Airport with the Chinese company CSCEC, and the annex to the consulting contract for the construction of Nazira International Airport with the Turkish company Kiklop Design Hertz Insat. In line with the decision of the cabinet to transfer obligations and rights from the Civil Aviation Authority in favor of the Airports and Air Navigation Company, and in a way that expedites the foundation of the Nazira International Airport according to the specified schedule in the interest of Iraq and Dinar government. Al-Badini emphasized according to the statement. It also said the director of the legal department at the General Company for Airports Management and Air Navigation clarified the department has prepared the annex to make the 2 contracts in coordination with all its parties, and that the Chinese company will undertake the construction of the airport according to international standards, while the Turkish company will supervise the implementation. And it said, and remarkably, on July 4th of this year, the Ministry of Transport led an inspection tour at the international airport and chaired a meeting with the administration and the Chinese company carrying out the project to assess the project. So that was on July 4th, and today they signed the annex to the memorandums of understanding. So what did they do? Through an annex, they made it official. So who knows what the rates are, but it was only 2 companies. So I'm sure they're under NDAs because they signed a contract already, and it's probably got the rates in it, but we don't know what that is. There's no news about that, and there's nothing leaked yet, or you want to be on my 5 p.m. live. And then oil more for dinars. Oil ministry, the goal of the Basra Haditha pipeline is to transport crude oil with maximum flexibility. Guys, they are ramping up their oil production. They've also diversified their income, as you heard from custom revenues are up to 11% of their overall GDP. That's also good news. Also, he said at the forefront, the president of the republic is going to support the workers of Iraq, meaning they have made contracts with all these foreign companies to do work. He's going to make sure that the Iraqi citizens get the work. That's what he's saying in this article. This is happening now, LOL, that was then, and they republished this article again. This was an article talking about how the Iraqi citizens are going to get the bulk of the work. So the prime minister is managing the people with the companies that are there to help supervise the work in Iraq, because they've got to rebuild. Where are they getting all the money? From the revised rate that we haven't seen yet, but it's done, it's done, it's done. God told me it was done. God got me into this investment. Jesus Christ got me to live here in a cold environment where I freeze all the time. I'm in AC because of my old dogs, and I'm still freezing. I'm like going to go get another sweatshirt. So keep praying for me that this is done so I can afford a place in both, because I love this. I love the state. I do. I love the people here too. So Newshound Guru Alicia Man. Now we're going on to the other general information. I thought that was, comment down below if you like that hot off the press news. Do you understand it? Do you understand that just 2 contracts they turned into 2 memorandums of understanding with a Chinese and a Turkish company to build the airport? They just did annexes to turn it into an actual contract. So guys, this thing is happening. It's happening soon. They wouldn't have done that if they didn't think the rate was soon, right? So this is Militia Man. Ceasing the dollar auction as we know it. Tomorrow, Monday, today, is supposed to be the first day they're going to have a new mechanism for using the dollar and selling that dollar. People are going to have to play by the rules to be part of their platform, the FITR platform. We have to go from there to see what they do today. So guys, I'm going to be live at 5, and I'm praying that my secret agent man will show up and give us the latest on the news, on the street, what happened today, from that prime minister's meeting to those contracts being signed. Guys, there's so much going on. I'm so excited. If you're excited, please comment down below. Intel Guru Frank 26. Is the goal of the CBI for the Iraqi dinar exchange rate to go international? Is that the goal of the monetary reform? Frank said no. It is to RI. He believes it's only going to RI, reinstituted. He said the goal is not to send it to you internationally so you can make money off their currency. The goal of the monetary reform of the Iraqi dinar is to lift the value of the currency by removing at least 3 of the zeros from their exchange rate. In doing so, then their monetary reform will require another reform, which is the denominations, the lower notes. That's Frank's opinion. And I love Frank. So I thank you, Frank, for saying that. Yesterday, he said, slow down, chew your food. You don't have to be a Doberman pinscher and swallow your food whole. Slow down. When the float starts, you have to want it. You have to study it. You have to time it. You have to know when to hold them and when to fold them, which is what my strategies do. So thank you, Frank. Guys, I'm the one who gives you the strategy for timing it. So I hope you will take advantage of that. It's only $55 to time it properly. I'm doing this because I'm freezing. Literally, it's comfortable for the dogs because they have fur coats. You know, like, where's the zipper on this thing? But it's cold for me. I don't have a fur coat. And I used to live in Florida prior to Jesus Christ sweeping me out of there. So Militia Man said yesterday they haven't started oil pumping, and you have to ask yourself why, because they need a revaluation for that. What did the article say? Oil. They're starting to pump oil. So they've already revalued, I believe. That's what I believe. What do you believe? Guys, I walk by faith, not by sight. So don't attack me for saying it's not done. Well, that's your belief. My belief is it's totally done. It's practically in the bank already, in my bank account. Yours might be delayed. Mine is coming as soon as possible. Amen. So he said, so Militia Man says they whatever, because they need the revaluation, and I think that's what we're waiting for. When they watch this summary, they'll know that they're already pumping oil. Is that some sort of delay? I don't think so. I think the interconnectivity of the most complex revaluation situation in the history of mankind is complex. It certainly is, but it certainly moved further than we've ever seen it. And I'm fasting today as long as I can, and I'm going to be on at 5. So please join me live at 5 Eastern Standard Time. Amen. Source, Iraq's central bank governor in unannounced visit to the U.S. to discuss the yuan ban. Quote, Al-Alak departed from Washington last Tuesday to meet with officials from the Federal Reserve and the U.S. Treasury Department. Can anybody confirm that down below? I was not aware of that. It was news to me. Is it news to you? But I'm breaking it, right, for you. Frank 26, how many times have I said to you, the moment you see the HCL, within nanoseconds, you'll see a new rate? That's always been, I agree with him. It's just like saying, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see the new lower notes. Well, then you're also going to see the new exchange rate. They go hand in hand. I agree. Sampson, article sources. The governor of the Central Bank of Iraq made an unannounced visit to Washington on the Chinese yuan. Well, that's two sources right there. Rayren, we are waiting to see what the markets do when they open later today. That was yesterday, right? So I don't know. Anybody else know Bruce and Rayren? Comment down below. If you've got some news, please share with this community. We're all in this together. We all need to know. Pimpy said, article quote, the transparency provides a real-time reporting on the FITR platform can also enhance market confidence in the Iraqi dinar. Investors and traders are more likely to trust a currency whose transactions are openly documented and monitored by regulatory authorities. This increase in the confidence can contribute to a greater stability in the foreign exchange market for the Iraqi dinar. Higher levels of activity transactions being reported on the FITR platform can indicate a vibrant and active economy. A robust economy often translates to a stronger currency. As investors, we are more willing to hold the asset denominated in that currency. This is good news. But again, you guys stay grounded. Every day there's more and more good news. This is great news. That was yesterday, right? So, Pimpy, this is big. Article quote, according to the latest data that is available, transactions through the central bank electronic platform have considerably increased, with daily transactions reaching 200 million, which is consistent with the size of Iraq's economy. Before, this marks a substantial rise from 2023 when transactions were 50 million per day. It's up 150 million. Why? They trust the banks. They're listening to their leader who's treated them well, promising them jobs, doing the world tours, raising the level of people's idea of what Iraq is, that they were steady and stable. They've got a great leader. They trust him. He says, put your money in the banks. They put their money in the banks, right? They trust their leader. That's why this good stuff is happening. Aren't you glad you have held this? The water heater guy said he had a buddy that served in Iraq and he has the currency. He thinks it's going to revalue. I'm like, you should tell him about my channel. I'm just saying, it's everywhere. God bless you all. I hope you will comment down below that you like these summaries. Please give me some positive, because it's not easy to do this, guys. I've taken a lot of hits. For God telling me to tell you it's done so you can prepare, and for preparing you, right? So I love you all with the love of Jesus Christ. We should all be celebrating. I'll see you at 5 to start those celebrations. Start your engines, ladies and gentlemen. See you at 5. Bye.